Topsy falling 2 places.
The pro tried to move around the outside. Oh, they're crashing down.
Takes Scalise again, and he goes for a jump.
Oh, there's Gonta.
How the hell did you get 10 seconds?
Something has happened there. Between the two teammates.
Oh, he looks. Oh, the contact.
Stu, I think, though.
Oh my.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, this is out.
And the championship winner, ladies and gentlemen, Starlight in the McLaren to cross the line and win the championship. Okay, so yeah, welcome everyone to the Spanish Grand Prix Tier 1. Qualifying has started, and we've already got 2 players in who have done, multiple. We've got 6 who have done their laps. Cuba Racing is currently leading the pack with 1:11.757. Ryan is on his outlap, the previous race winner. And Splashy in P2 with a 1:12.0. Currently it's Aston Martin front low locked out. In P3 is Torocco, and then you'll has Arda, Nixon Ibsu, Pier, Ferrostrad, Sadami, Red Bull in a pistol. But now let's see, Ryan has started his flying lap. What can Ryan do? Will he beat Cuba Racing's time, or will Cuba Racing remain on pole? And Ryan sets the fastest sector 1 so far. Vieira Grenade sets the fastest sector 2. He's a bit ahead, so we can compare their times. Now we're following up on Vieira Grenade. We'll now, sooner or later, go on to finish his lap. He's now running up to the final corner in 7th gear, ERS. Now the DRS, and it's a 1:11.451 for VMV Grenades to set provisional pole. Ryan is 0.12 of a second slower than VMV Grenades in the 2nd sector. Now, will he be able to gain most of that time in the last sector? Ryan also now rounding up his lap. Oh, that's invalid for Ryan in the last corner. Oh, so unlucky, Ryan. Invalidating in the last corner to completely mess up his lap. And that is Sander up to P3 with a 1:11.774. Nathan in 2nd sector, what can he do? 7.810 slower than Vieira Grenades. No, Nathan. In the Williams, he will now round up his lap, and it is a 1:12.5. Enzo has a 1:12.781. Ryan, he will not go in for a re-attempt on his lap, so he will just go into the pits. PLT Bristol in P16 a 1:13.727. Red Bull in an invalid lap, currently with a 1:13.494. But after 5 minutes of qualifying, VMV Grenade leads the pack with Cuba Racing behind him. And now, as we're spectating, are the 30% ERS remaining on the 1st sector. I think this is his in-lap, maybe. So today for Mercedes, it is the 2-2 lineup that's driving, so they pretty much already have practice done, yesterday. Fully the Tier 2 race winner from yesterday hasn't set a lap yet. In P5 with 1:12.473. That most of the grid is now in the pits. 19 players, 19 drivers attending though. That is an amazing attendance. But yeah, now as Fully starts his flying lap to break the first corner, will he be able to get into the top 8 or top 7? Fully now rounding up his first sector, only 4/10 slower than VAV Grenades. Wow, Fully, Tier 2 championship leader, turning out to have amazing pace in the first sector here. Of course, the first sector is really short and you don't have a lot to prove there. It's only consisting of 4 turns. The second sector is much more demanding. Now the second sector really is 9/10 slower than VMV Grenades in the second sector. We'll be able to regain some of that time in the last sector to get him up to a P7 or 6 maybe. Now fully behind the Ferrari. The Ferrari pulls aside and fully rounds up his lap and he goes up to P10. And Dami now starts his lap. Dami, season 1 championship winner, never been able to prove himself after. The Ferrari tier 1 reserve. And Dami in the first sector, 2/10 slower than VMV Grenades. Of course, as I said, this first sector doesn't prove anything today. We've still got 2 drivers who haven't set time yet, and that is Ryan and Stimmer, I think that is. Dami, nearly lost the car there. But Kuba Racing fastest sector 1, ladies and gentlemen. 600 of a second faster than VMV Grenades. He will be able to put up a challenge to him. Kuba Racing. And now made the move to Aston Martin recently. His first race in Aston Martin now. He's now 200 of a second slower than VMV Grenades. Lost the car a bit on the exit of turn 11. I think he aborted the lap. Yes, he does indeed abort the lap. Enzo 9/10 slower. But this is in lap. Enzo went up to P6 on the second attempt. And Sander goes up to P2, only 1/10 slower than VMV Grenades. VMV Grenades also now improves on the sector 1 fastest time, and also on his second sector. VMV Grenades now looking to go 1/10 faster than his previous time. VMV Grenades now rounding up his lap, and that is another majestic time from him to even make the margin even bigger. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan sets the fastest sector 1 by nearly 1/10 of seconds. He is looking to be a big challenge to VMV Grenades, even for the championship in this season's MCS Tier 1. Now Ryan in the second sector. 100 of a second faster than VMV Grenades. Will he be able to gain more time in the third sector, or will he lose time and will he fall down to seconds? Now Ryan in the Sauber. He is now rounding up the final corner, taking for Ryan, and that is provisional pole for Ryan by 300 of a second. What a lap from Ryan. Really nicely converted to take provisional pole for the second time in a row. And still 6/10 slower in the first sector in comparison with Ryan's first sector time. And that divided with the Stimmer and that team going off the track as well. In the gravel, Stimmer. What's happened to him there? Oh my god. Gilhas not looking to be that great. 1 second slower than Ryan in the second sector, but that will set him up to P8. And no, he aborts his lap. Each sector has a different fastest driver for for the first sector, that is Ryan. The second sector, VMV Grenades. And the third sector, it is Splashy. Now Red Bull in green sector 1, yellow sector 2. Running up his lap here, going downhill, and that is aborted attempt. We've got 4 minutes remaining, and there is still one driver with no time set, and that is Stimmer. Dami in P17 going for a re-attempt on his lap. This may as well be his last attempt for a top 5. Dami now aborted lap for Dami. Or is it not? That was really bad sector 1. Messed the exit of Toju up there. Yeah, really unlucky for Dami. Didn't race yesterday in Tier 2. Yeah. And Sayeni on his out lap. I think the majority of the drivers are going to come out of the pits anytime soon now. And Dami now going for a re-attempt at his lap. Last lap was aborted for him. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. There are still a couple of drivers in the pits, such as VMV Grenades. But I think he will be going out anytime soon to Dami, 310 slower in the first sector in comparison with Ryan's first sector. That's a Red Bull there going wide. I think that was Ferris Strott. Yeah, also Dami now behind a Mercedes. I think this is yeah, second sector 9-10 slower than Ryan. If he keeps on this momentum, this will put him somewhere around midfield. 2 minutes remaining of this qualifying session. Now Dami going downhill to finish his lap, and it is a 112 point, a 0.6, I think that was. Really bad lap for Dami there. Everyone is on track except for Nick Sunipsu. Sayenu now rounding up the final corner, finishing his lap in its 112.287. That puts him in P7. And watch out, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan takes faster sector 1, but he aborts the lap. Ryan aborts the lap. I don't know what happened, but Stimmer, the only without a lap time set this session, now fully behind the Ferrari of Dami, fully 7-10 slower in the second sector. Oh, so unlucky for Ryan to invalidate there, but I think he will be going for another attempt. And now fully sets a 112.3. That puts him up to P11. Now Sander gets a yellow sector 2, 110 slower than Ryan here. Now Sander pushing, doing his best to get pole position maybe. And now Sander running up his lap. Sander looking to be really promising, and that is... Oh, that is still P3 for Sander. But now Ryan is doing another lap. Ryan, 500ths of a second slower in the first sector, and the VMU Grenade stays in P2. Ryan takes pole position for the Spanish Grand Prix. 2 poles in a row for Ryan. But Ryan is looking to improve his time here. What can he do in the second sector? It's a green second sector, but still not better than his previous lap time. Ryan in the Sauber. Now finishing his lap, not invalidated anymore. But of course, yeah, it doesn't matter anymore because Ryan is on pole position after both Sander and VMV Grenades finished their lap without improving. Yeah, everyone nearly has finished their laps. Enzo in P7, 8/10 slower than Ryan. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it for qualifying. We will take a short break and we will be back with you for the race. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The race as the drivers did their strategies, adjusted their fuel for the race, now are revving their engines and waiting for lights out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we get a view of the grid, and it's 4-5 red lights, and it is lights out, and away we go for the Spanish Grand Prix. Ryan gets a decent start. Does VMV get a better one as like the last time? No, he doesn't, and Ryan stays ahead. But that's the Aston Martin of Cooper Racing that gets a better start than VMV Grenade, and that's Ryan leading into turn 1. Ryan keeps the lead. Oh, but that's those are many cars. Oh, there's a big incident at the back. Wow. Oh my lord. A VSC in the first lap. What an incident there. Many cars involved. Maybe 1/3 of the grid has front wing damage. Sander in 17th position. What chaotic race this is to the Spanish Grand Prix. Stimmer already retired from the race. Don't know what's happened there. That could have caused the incident. But wow, what a chaotic race start. And Enzo gets a penalty. And so does Red Bull in a hand, that's Sayenu. Those are 3 cars touching. Enzo gets a penalty. So does Red Bull winner. Those were 3 cars in an incident there in turn 15, nearly spinning. Ryan says the fastest lap. Cooper Racing down into P13. Yeah, many people have damage, and oh, that's Enzo retired in the pits. But VMV Grenades is right behind Ryan. He won't give up. VMV Grenades really go for a dive bomb. No, he doesn't. He stays behind for 10-4. Not trying to recreate 2016 here. He's still pushing for his life though. The top 4 are bunched up. Here is spitting. He isn't retiring. Red Bull gets a 3-second penalty for track limits, and that's yellow flag in sector 2. Who could that be? That is Nixon Ipsu. That is Nixon Ipsu, ladies and gentlemen. And Ryan still keeps strong on his feet. He remains in P1, but now VMV Grenades will have DRS on the main straight. He will be going on full attack mode. Oh. And it's Rocco who sets the fastest lap so far, and VMV Grenade now side by side with Ryan, and VMV Grenade goes on to make the move on Ryan and takes the lead of the race. Ryan now down into P2, and VMV Grenade is fashionable move, and no, that's Darby cutting the first corner there, nearly contact with Ferrestrod. There are already 2 people that have a penalty. Ryan is losing time on VMV Grenades. 5 tenths in between them now. Will Ryan be able to fight back to VMV Grenades? And Ryan now, they got 4 tenths between them. Red Bull winner, I mean, the graphics are so much behind, but now they are the top 8 are bunched up. But now Ryan with DRS, he will be going on attack mode on VMV Grenades. He is winning loads of time. Ryan will be going around the outside of VMV Grenades. Side by side racing. Ryan is forced to cut the second corner of the track. He stays behind VMV Grenades. Maybe that will be investigated by the stewards. That could have been dirty from VMV Grenades. He didn't really leave any space for Ryan there on the entry of turn 1. Now Ryan, just not giving up yet, but Splashy is still there, so it's a 3-way battle. Even you could consider it a 4-way battle for P1, and that's P and the battling for P15. I feel like this is recreating the battle that happened yesterday between them 2 drivers. And Sander set the fastest sector 1. Sander is looking to win back positions and gets up to the points again. Ryan now closing in on VMV Grenade for the 2nd time in a row. Ryan now going for the inside, and he makes the move by 1 car length on VMV Grenade, and Ryan retakes the race lead after 2 laps. Splashy remains in P3, couldn't do any damage to VMV Grenades, and Nathan now going for the dive bomb on Sayenu. It doesn't really work there. Sayenu keeps ahead of Nathan, battling for P9 there. VMV Grenade also not giving up on Ryan. VMV Grenades now only 3 tenths behind Ryan, 2 tenths now. He is closing in. And that's yellow flag in sector 2. And that's Nathan. Nathan has spun, ladies and gentlemen. And that's Nixon Ipsu catched up to him. Nathan remains in P10. But now VMV grenades. Ryan's battery is charged up. It's 100%. So he will have battery. He will have enough battery for the main straight. 4 tenths between the two drivers. Will VMV grenade be able to overtake Ryan? Now VMV grenade going for the inside this time. And still side by side. No, they aren't. And VMV grenade retakes the lead of the race. They are just switching positions every DRS zone on the straight. Now Ryan, and that's Nathan retiring from the race in the pits. He gave up, I suppose. Unlucky for Nathan. Already 3 DNFs in 6 laps. And now Pierre battling with Kuba for P15. Pierre doing a major dive bomb. Oh, that was interesting there from Pierre, but he remains in P15. Kuba now on the outside, trying to overtake Pierre. He gets pushed wide by Pierre. He is still behind Pierre after the first sector. The gap from P15 to the leader is 47 seconds. Now the leaders are already in turn 3 of lap 7. And that's Red Bull winner on the side of the track. Red Bull winner, unlucky for him. And here, I guess he just keeps disconnecting there. Unlucky for Pierre. Gonna get overtaken by multiple cars because the AI level isn't that high, I suppose. Now we go back on the battle for P1. Ryan trying to make the move on the back straight. No, he doesn't. He stays behind VMV grenades. Ryan will be looking to do some damage to VMV grenade and steal his race leads. Oh, and that's yellow flag in sector 1, and that's the Mercedes. I think that's Mercedes of Arda. Mercedes of Arda gone slow there in turn 3. Now Ryan trying to close in on VMV grenades. He's going on the outside. Ryan on VMV grenades, still side by side. VMV grenade with Ryan, and VMV grenades keep the race leads. And that splash use accumulated. 3-second time penalty by now. Ryan gone 500 of a second faster in the first sector. Dami in P8. Nixon Ipsu in P9. Nixon Ipsu with front wing damage though. 30% front wing damage on his front wing. Ryan now looking to do more damage. He is now right behind VMV grenade for the DRS on the back straight. Ryan, he stays behind. He just wants that DRS on the main straight. Yellow flag in sector 3. Who is that? That is the Red Bull of Red Bull winner. Red Bull winner. What's happened to him? Really unlucky. Yesterday he had a decent rate in tier 2. Ryan, he will be looking to overtake VMV grenade now. He has to get past him. Ryan, now he's going to go for the go another time on the outside, and this time he makes it past by 1 car length to retake that race leads after numerous laps of VMV grenades leading consecutively. And that is now the Ferrari of Dami pitting. Ryan says the fastest sector 1, it's a 21.802. Dami with a 2.2 second pit stop there. No damage repaired at all, and that is him going onto the hard compound. And that's fully in P12, Tier 2 championship leader. And that's Sander in P11 looking to get back into the point, and that's Sander. Oh! And Dami gets crashed out by Sander. Or did Dami maybe try and crash out Sander? That is going to be investigated, but that's Dami who spun on the exit of the pits while Sander was coming. Yeah. So unlucky for Dami to get stuck in that timing there. But now we go back to the race lead battle. Ryan with 10% ERS remaining. VMV Grenades. Will he go down the inside? Yes, he does. And not one car length yet, though. Ryan doesn't let him go past necessarily, but VMV Grenades retakes the lead of the race in lap 10. Ryan now fighting back. He is side by side. No, is he going to go for the switchback? Maybe. No, he isn't, but he stays behind VMV Grenade, and VMV Grenade keeps its race lead in safety. Nixon Ipsu is now also pitting. No front wing repairs for Nixon Ipsu there. So yeah, I reckon he's just gonna keep racing with it. And Ryan now down the inside. What a fabulous overtake to retake the lead of the race. And now VMV Grenade on the back straight. That's yellow flag in sector 2. That's Red Bull winner going really slowly, and that's Ferrestrod also having a bit of a moment there on the grass there. Ferrestrod unlucky for him. And it's our Red Bull winner, and I think that was Nixon Ipsy with front wing damage. Other and Sayenu both on their second warning sound. That's VMV Grenades going into the pits. So that is Splashy up to P2. The Red Bull winner just let everyone pass because he doesn't want to cause chaos. And Rocco and Pistol are also pitting. So we've got 3 drivers in the pits. And that's Gilhaz up to P3. Sayenu up to P4, and that's VMV Grenade down to P5 after a pit stop. Ryan will be pitting anytime soon also. Oh, that's Red Bull winner going off, and that's Red Bull winner spinning there. Oh, Red Bull winner has to go pit for a new front wing. He is staying out. What a surprise. What a surprise by a Red Bull winner. And Cooper Racing now going off track, getting pushed wide maybe by Dami. I do not know actually. Dami holding on to the P11. Pretty bad position for Dami to be in, and that's Splashy pitting. Ryan is staying out, but that's yellow flag in sector 2. Who is that? And that's Red Bull winner just going off every time. In the same corner. Oh no, so Yenny also pitting down to P6, and that's VMV Grenades back into the podium places. Splashy 2 seconds behind VMV Grenade, so the gap between them has gotten a bit bigger. A yellow flag in sector 2, it just keeps being Red Bull winner. He goes off track there. He is now 1 minute and 16 seconds behind the race leader. Arda is going into the pits to try and make sure to not go over the speed limit there, and Arda's gotten front wing damage. The left front wing completely gone for Arda. Ryan staying out. The VMV Grenade is only 20 seconds behind now. He will be able to do some damage to Ryan, but Ryan is just trying to keep his tyres as fresh as possible for the last 10 laps of the race. That's yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, Red Bull winner. I do not know what he's doing. He should just park the car and retire in the pits. Oh, and that's VMV Grenade on his second warning there. These things might get interesting at the moment. Ryan has gotten 0 warnings So yeah, the penalty wise it is going in his favour. I think that's Red Bull Winner nearly crashing out. Oh, and that's VMV Grenade now looking to lap Pierre. Pierre doesn't try to defend their VMV Grenades. Tries to get the slipstream there a bit, and Ryan is staying out for another lap. Is Ryan going for the overcut here? I mean, he already was going for the overcut. I suppose he wants to go on softs maybe. And just catch pace, and that's Red Bull Winner retiring from the race. Yeah, I was waiting for this moment. I wouldn't have been surprised, or even if this came later. And that's PRT Pistol in P7 now battling for P6 with Ferrostrot. Now PRT Pistol with the DRS going on the outside of turn 1 on Ferrostrot. Ferrostrot doesn't give up. He breaks late and Ferrostrot keeps P6 after turn 1. PRT Pistol stays behind. VMV Grenades 18.5 seconds behind Ryan. The gap is closing. The gap is indeed closing. That's Nick Sinips who gets him past Red Bull Winner's AI there. So it's Dami. The Ferraris aren't looking to be in a good position. And that's Ryan now pitting. Ryan now turning into the Sauber pit box. Will he remain in front of VMV Grenades? No, he isn't. Ryan changes to the hard compound. Did he bottle the race? Maybe he did, in fact. Oh, and that's nearly a big crash between Ryan and Splashy. Yeah. Again, as I said, these pit exits are so dangerous, but that's Ryan down into P3. Mathematically, he's in P2 though. Now Ryan can't seem to get the move done on Splashy. In the back straight with DRS there. And that's Ryan now going on the move. He's overtaken Splashy to go up to P2. He is now 2.8 seconds behind VMV Grenade. If VMV Grenade gets a penalty, that would be amazing for Ryan. Ryan now just hoping to get 27 points. He's now pushing for the fastest lap of the race. No, to steal it away from VMV Grenades and also steal the race win away. Arda gets a 3-second time penalty. That's the third driver with a time penalty today. Now Ryan sets as fast as sector 2 by 2 tenths. He has won some time on VMV Grenade in this lap. But yeah, let's see. Will Ryan steal fastest lap from VMV Grenades? Yes, he does. It's a 1:14.0 for Ryan, who wants to close in on VMV Grenades. But I suppose VMV Grenade won't be pushing that much because he doesn't want to risk a penalty here. Dami gets a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, unlucky, but there are now 4 drivers with penalties, and also 4 drivers on their second warnings. Ryan is pushing, he's closed the gap up a bit between him and VMV Grenades by 3/10 this lap so far. Splashy remains in the 1 second gap of Ryan. Ryan now 2 seconds behind VMV Grenades. Now he's lost a bit of time here. Now 2.5 seconds behind. Got to keep an eye on VMV Grenades and his penalty situation. Ryan will have to be defending from Splashy to keep P2. Splashy, he will be going down the inside. Ryan on the inside of turn 2 keeps his position. But he is now losing time. So, yeah, I don't think Ryan will be able to win this race anymore. Now Ryan closing in a bit on VMV Grenades, but still not really enough. Concluding that he is gonna battle with Splashy, he is going to lose time. So unless VMV Grenade gets a penalty, a 3-second time penalty, if he doesn't get that, oh, and that's VMV Grenade with a 3-second time penalty. Now the story has completely changed. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan now only 2 seconds behind VMV Grenade, who's got a 3-second time penalty. Now Ryan is back in contention for the race lead, but that's Verisol going off in turn 17. Ryan now defending and also pushing for his life in the meantime. And that's yellow flag in sector 3. I can't seem to know who that is. Maybe that's P, but I don't know. Ryan now just needs to hang on and not lose 1 second on VMV Grenades. He cannot afford to do that. Still 4 laps to go in this race. This could have the same outcome as yesterday's race with Nocti. Losing his P2 and also a possible race win just to become P3 then of a last lap penalty. Ryan, he is pushing incredibly hard. He knows he's got the upper advantage of this race right now. He is winning loads of time on VMV Grenade though, who practically has just bottled it, and that's a yellow flag in sector 3, and that's fully in P10 going slowly. Yeah, this has completely ruined VMV Grenade's race here. The 3-second time penalty. It is so unlucky. And Cuba Racing going into the pits. He might not even get points this race, and that is now Ryan 1 second behind VMV Grenades. He has now lapped R2. Gil has now battling for P4 potentially. It's a 3-way battle. Oh no, my bad. So that is he is battling for P5, and P gets a 10 seconds penalty for ignoring the yellow flags. Ryan now has the DRS on VMV Grenade in lap 21 out of the 23. Only 5/10 behind. Ryan will also be pushing for the race win on the line because he knows that penalty might get removed. That's the yellow flag in sector 1, and I think that's Arda going slow, and that's Sander getting a 3 second time penalty. And that's him going up to P7 now. He's now battling with a pistol. He's now down to P. Big collision. Pistol with Sander. Pistol gets a 10 second time penalty. He goes down to P7, but Sander goes down to P9. Now Ryan only 2 tenths behind VMV Grenades, but Splashy is still in the race for P2, battling with VMV Grenades. Splashy started P4, it's now P3. Not a bad performance from him, unlucky with the penalty though. Now Ryan, 50% battery. Where we go for the move on VMV Grenades. And that's Sander out of the race. That's Sander retiring on track, so that might get penalised. Ryan doesn't seem to get past VMV Grenades. And that's Dami going off. That's Dami going off track there. And this is now, ladies and gentlemen, the penultimate lap of the Spanish Grand Prix. That's Cooper Racing with on his second warning there. But he is proving to have the pace though. He will be looking to steal Ryan's fastest lap and get an extra points in there. He is now in P11 Cooper Racing. Ryan will be able to do any damage to VMV Grenades? No, he can't. Cooper Racing steals fastest lap from Ryan. Now, as he switched to the soft compound tyre. Yellow flag in sector 2. I do know who that is. But that's fully up to P8. Now, Ryan. So we've entered the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan looking to go for the move on VMV Grenade. That's Ryan getting pushed wide. Oh my god, nearly a big crash happened there. VMV Grenade just pushed him wide, but Ryan never giving up. Side by side with VMV Grenade for the race lead. Neither of them are giving up. That's VMV Grenade just pushing Ryan off. Ryan now doing nearly a Verstappen on VMV Grenade, and that's Ryan and VMV Grenade still side by side. Oh my god, that's nearly a big crash between the two drivers. But that's Ryan ultimately who gets the better of it and takes the lead of the race in the last lap. Not as if it mattered though. VMV Grenade now trying to pull out a dangerous defense on Splashy. But Splashy will be able to take P2 away from VMV Grenade. This is a disastrous last lap from VMV Grenade. Now that's Splashy in P2. Ryan has driven an amazing race. So VMV Grenade spins, but Ryan takes the checkered flag to win the Spanish Grand Prix. What an incredible race. VMV Grenade in P3. And that is Splashy in P2. Ryan wins the Spanish Grand Prix after a dramatic final lap. What an insane race we have gotten here from these drivers. I am genuinely shocked by what I saw on the final lap. And fully takes P8. Cooper Racing in P10. He has overtaken Dami. Cooper Racing really unlucky to finish in P10. Started in P5, finished P10. That's Dami going off in sector 3. No front wing for him. And yes, the outcome of the Spanish Grand Prix is, of course, drama in the paddock. Allegations going around, but ultimately it is Ryan who takes the checkered flag. Well done to Ryan, winning a second consecutive race in a row. Well done to everyone who raced today. Sorry guys, but it will only be the top 3 will be getting interviewed if they join, because F1 is starting in like, well, when's it starting? I think like a few minutes. No. Yeah, so wait. Oh my god, wait. Kaluka, can you tell, because I don't know how I have to guess on my keyboard. Okay, yeah, let's interview Swifty. No, I mean Ryan, yeah. Wait, you're on deafen, Ryan. Can you please on deafen, yeah. Yeah, welcome Ryan. Well done and congrats on the race win today. Yeah, you had a great race. Mid-race, you pitted a bit late. You went for the overcut that nearly cost you the race there. After you saw that, you were 3 seconds behind VMV Grenade after your pit stop. Did you think you still had race win in you?
Obviously, because I think it's quite obvious. I honestly forgot that it was a 35% race until lap 14, and I was gonna try to go for the overcut, but then kind of forgot. But then it all came to fruition at the end, and I won.
Yeah, and of course, VMV Grenades then got the 3-second time penalty. That also managed you to get a bit of the mental edge. You got the better mentality side of it. And also on the last lap, VMV Grenade was driving dirty. Do you know maybe what he was trying to do, or?
As soon as he got the 3-second penalty, I knew that he was going to do some shenanigans on the last lap when I caught up to him. So I was kind of expecting it, because I just expected it. Going on to the last lap, going side by side into turn 1, I knew something was going to happen, but then somehow, then third one in the lap, he just started trying to take me out, it felt like.
Yeah, now that you've won your second race in a row and VMV Grenade finished P3, you've won 16 points on him today. This puts you on a major step in front of him. You can still win the championship in round 4. There are talks if you get a new teammate. Is the Constructors' Championship also in mind?
Of course, yeah, but for me, mainly the drivers, and then when I've got that sorted, we'll focus on the constructors. And
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure after the race, after what happened, it looks like Grenade left. After,
Oh, he left. So yeah, thanks for your time, Ryan. We'll see you next time in Hungary. Yeah, bye-bye.
Well, thank you.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that Grenade left. Wait, who are we going to interview now? Who was that splashy guy?
What's up?
Yeah, bro, you're not gonna advertise your thing again, bro.
Yeah. But I was so unlucky.
Let's get first shot, okay. Yeah, Nix and Ipsy, you're gone. And it's first shot. Yeah. Welcome first shot. Great race for you today. Maybe for you it wasn't great, but for sure it was decent. So yeah, you were battling for Gilhaz the most of the time, and I think you finished P6 or 7.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
it was amazing. Like I fumbled quali badly. Like I started P15, pretty unfortunate qualifying, and then the start was just incredible. Like going from P15 to P7. Like I don't know how the hell I did it, but yeah. Hoping that future races are like this because this is my first decent race in a long time. And well, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you had a great performance today, but yeah, your teammates, I mean, reserve Red Bull winner, well, he isn't reserving for, I mean, he's in part of the Red Bull, but yeah, your teammate didn't race today.
Yeah, unfortunate. Emma is a great driver, and I think he would have finished ahead of me if he were to race. But yeah, it is what it is. You can't be here all the time, and that was one of those times.
Yeah, I mean, these were practically clinical points for you in the Drivers' Championship. This puts you maybe up to like P10. What do you think of it? Do you think you have a chance maybe at P7 or 8 in the championship?
I mean, it depends on how the rest of the year goes. I normally don't have much time to race in the here because I got all the leagues to attend to. But if I find the time, maybe I can challenge for some serious positions in the top 10.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for your time, first shots. We'll see you out next time in Hungary. Bye-bye. Okay, now Rocco. Welcome, Rocco.
Hello.
You had a decent race today. You finished P4, I think.
P4.
Yeah, P4. Of course, P4. It's not a podium, but it is also a decent result. Did you think you had more in you today? He left. What?
Yo, sorry, I got disconnected.
So did you think you had more in you today?
Honestly, the expectations were low coming into the weekend. Spain is not one of my best tracks, and I was thinking I won't even finish in top 5. But I had good pace. I messed up that I started on softs, except on medium. I was trying to keep up with the top 3, but yeah, softs were coming off badly, and I had to back off a little bit. It was one of the loneliest races that I drove. Lonely the whole race. It was a bit boring, but still, I'll take P4. Not bad.
Yeah. Other than that, before this race in the championship, you were in P8. By the fact that Gigasus and M.A. Vinci didn't race today, and you won some points on Gilhas, I think that puts you maybe even P4 in the championship or P5. Do you think you can keep these performances up and even get a P4 in the championship this year?
But maybe I can. Maybe I can fight for top 3. I'm not racing next week, but the last 4 races I will be here, and I think I maybe have a good chance. But I don't care because I can't win the championship anymore. We will try to do that next season. But yeah, I'm now just focusing on having fun, getting podiums, wins for the team, and maybe we can do something in the constructors with Marcel joining. He's my good friend and really fast. So yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, Rocco. We'll see you out next time in Hungary. Bye-bye.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, everyone, this was the Tier 1 Spanish Grand Prix. Amazing race, dramatic and chaotic at the same time. But yeah, of course, we have more action coming up for you next week in Hungary. So we will see you there.